Welcome back. We have our peach chutney on. We had some Earl Grey tea in it, some jalapeno, again, a little bit of chipotle, a little bit of sweetness with the peaches. I'm finding I just tasted it, and I'm gonna add just a little bit of brown sugar to it. Probably 2 heaping tablespoons will be enough, and we're just gonna let that reduce down now, and away we go. Our peppers and onions are doing its thing, which is almost time. I'm gonna reduce the heat on this to low. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to puree it, and we're going to add in some mascarpone cheese. And mascarpone cheese is that Italian cream cheese that just makes everything taste that much better, and it's just rich and creamy. So we're going to add a good tablespoon of cheese to this, kind of stir it in, let it melt in. And then what we're going to do is we're going to puree it. Maybe not. And move it back here. Again, just. And this will take about a minute and a bit. Nice and slow. And all the flavor of the pepper and the onions just smells so good. And then, like I said, you're going to take about 30 seconds to a minute to puree it. Nice and smooth. If you don't have a hand mixer, you can always put it in a blender. Just remember, you only want to put a little bit at a time, because if you don't, you'll have it everywhere. Take our mixer. We've reduced the heat down to low, and we're just going to let that sit there for a second. We're going to get our vegetables ready. Take a little bit of onion. I'm warming up my pan as we speak. Chop the onion. Grab a little bit of butter. You know, you all know how much I love butter and everything. Again, if you're, trying to watch your calories a little bit, you can always put, some olive oil, some avocado oil in. Nice and hot, which is what we want. We're gonna add our onions. Then we're gonna take some carrots. We're gonna bring it up to a nice hot pan, and then we're going to turn it down nice and low. And I've washed these carrots, but I'm leaving the skins on. All the nutrients are in the skin. Just give a quick chop. Just like a quarter chop, and then it's going to be a little bit of a dice. And that goes into our pan. We'll give it a quick stir. Like I said, we're going to get it nice and hot for about 2 minutes, and then we're going to reduce it down to low. And we're going to slow cook these carrots for about 20 minutes. And all the natural sugars are going to come out of those carrots, and they will be amazing and go perfectly with the chicken. So, in the meantime, while the carrots are doing that, we're going to watch it for just a second longer, and then we'll come back to it. We're going to make a beautiful peach and blueberry cobbler. So I have about 2 peaches in there. I'm going to add about 3 more. And then I'm going to use some of our Ontario grown cultivated blueberries. Now, these are a little bit more tart than wild blueberries per se. So we're going to add in about 2 cups of blueberries. We're going to grab our sugar. We're going to add in about probably a good half a cup to 3/4 cup of brown sugar. You could use white sugar if you want. Then I'm going to take a little bit of tapioca, all natural tapioca, instead of cornstarch. This is going to kind of keep everything together. You know how sometimes when you make a cobbler, it kind of runs out, or a blueberry pie? This is going to stop that for you. So we're going to take 1 tablespoon of tapioca. The juice of 1 lemon. If you didn't have lemons and you have some apple cider vinegar, it'll work really nicely. We're going to stir this together. Incorporate the sugar into the peaches and blueberries with the tapioca. And just over the corner of my eye, I'm noticing that our carrots are just starting to brown up nicely. And I'm going to turn them right down to low. And we'll come back to that. So now I'm just going to set these aside just over here for a minute. And now we're going to make our crumble. And this is really simple and easy. We're going to take some oatmeal. And it can be any oatmeal that you have at home. We're using the large flakes. So we're going to add in about a cup of oatmeal. I always like kind of eyeballing it because there's always a little bit extra. You can put it in the refrigerator or you can freeze it. So the next time you're up at the cottage, you already have the topping and so you just put it on and away you go. So it saves some time. We have some flour, all-purpose flour. In that goes about a cup of all-purpose flour. Some cinnamon. Again, you could use nutmeg, but I really like cinnamon better. Some cinnamon. So we're going to add in about a good teaspoon and a touch. And then a cup of brown sugar. Back to the butter again. So we're going to add in 1 cup of butter and we're going to cut it into, kind of dice it. Just like so. Now, if you don't have a food processor at your cottage, or you have, maybe a stand mixer, you can do this in a stand mixer, just as nice. Or you can even use your hands and kind of blend it all together. A good friend of mine, Chef Catherine, always swears by using her hands to do this. She just loves it that much better. So we're going to go, sorry, with my back behind you, and grab our, yes, we can get. Sometimes it's not as easy as it looks. And we're just pureeing it so that it kind of all clumps nicely together. And you can also pulse it. So you have this beautiful crumble. I'm going to grab some mason jars and you can just see how nice that is. It's just nicely incorporated with the butter and the oatmeal and the flour. And the great thing, like I said to you, is always make a little bit extra because you can put it in your freezer and then bring it out when you have guests over, unexpected guests to the cottage, which happens all the time. So we have some mason jars. We're going to take our peach blueberry mixture, which again has the brown sugar, a little bit of the tapioca in. We're going to fill it up 3/4 of the way. Do one more. Again, you can use cornstarch if you don't have tapioca around. It will do the same thing. It will thicken it for you. You're not going to get a lot of the juice over the as you bake it. So then we're going to put our crumb topping on, just like so. Nothing fancy here. We're gonna pop this in the oven at 350 degrees. Again, if you want, you can put it into your barbecue. I'm just gonna add just a little bit more here. You can put it in your barbecue on the top rack, have it on low, which will be between 250 and 300 degrees, which will be absolutely perfect. We're gonna bake these off for about 30 minutes, and they'll be perfectly golden brown, ready to eat, nice and warm. Serve it with some ice cream. Oh, we're gonna have so much good fun in just a little while. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our cheese ready for our grilled cheese and peach chutney. So I have some halloumi cheese, which is like a mozzarella cheese, a little bit more salt, a lot less moisture, so you can grill it on the barbecue or you can do it in the pan, and it's not going to melt like your normal cheeses will at all. So we're going to get that started, but while that's kind of grilling off and browning up, we're going to go into the oven and grab our chicken. And you can just see how beautiful that is. We've just taken it out, the bacon. Again, if you'd like to do it, just get your bacon just a little bit browner. You can put it underneath the broiler for about 30 seconds and your bacon will brown up. I like my bacon less crunchy, so this is just perfect. We're going to turn our cheese over and just see how this is nice and browning. And as we turn it over, because we got enough heat in the pan, I can turn the pan off. Take our chicken. Now, what I've done off air, just to show you, is I've taken some Brussels sprouts and some leeks, and I've just put them over top of the carrots. I've turned our pan off, and you have enough heat that it's actually going to steam it and just finish it up. As you can just start seeing, it's starting to sweat off really nicely now. So we're going to take some of our vegetables, put them on our plate, just like so. And you can just start seeing how nicely brown this is getting. Oh yeah. Put our grilled halloumi. Grab our peach salsa. Salsa chutney. And that goes. Onto our plate. Then we're going to take our chicken. We're going to cut into our chicken. 4 nice slices. Put our first one on. Take the one with our beautiful cheese. You can just start seeing how the brie is melted through. Oh yeah. A little bit of fresh basil. We have our pepper sauce that we've put in the mascarpone cheese. Take our sauce. Our plate is perfect. And then I'm just going to grab our desserts out of the oven. Beautifully bubbled up. Hi, Dave.
How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Great.
Are you would like something to eat?
I'd love something to eat.
Okay, why don't you take that and
Great.
There's some utensils there if you like.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Nothing like the homeowner coming back in when you're using their kitchen. So our chutney's done on a beautiful grilled halloumi. Our chicken, again, pasture-raised Nutri-Farms chicken, absolutely fantastic. We have a beautiful blueberry and peach crumble. Hey, till next time, I'm Chef D. You never know which cottage I'll show up. It might even be yours.